think it's time for a live stream here. Let me know how the sound is. I'm doing something a little different here, using a different app and then a different headset, which I plugged in, but it didn't ask me to change any settings. So somebody let me know how the sound is. If it's not good, I'll change it to something else. Oh, it sounds good on my computer coming out, so we'll just leave it at that. Sounds good to me. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Just wanted to share a couple things here. I'll wait till a few people get in here. I got some final numbers to show or to give you here for last weekend's charity event. Definitely a last minute success. I'll tell you that. Thanks to a couple people. I don't know if they want their names out there, so I won't give any names out. But there was a few people that they came in huge last minute, and I'm grateful, but it ain't about me. It was about the kids for Make-A-Wish kids. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We'll talk about the BOI ruling, beneficial ownership interest for the Corporate Transparency Act. Court says it's unconstitutional. Yay us. Yay us. So I don't know what that means for us. We'll go through that a little bit. We will talk about, and there's some people out there I want to know what the hell you're thinking. And I'll explain that a little bit more, not picking on anybody in particular, but we'll talk about that. Let's just see who's in the chat here. Mark Ely was first. That's awesome. George Wilson, I'm on board. Let this show roll on. My best Alabama impersonation. Ayer says, sounds good. Awesome. Cool. Dale Mandelt in the house. D. Compton, what's going on? You sound okay to me? Perfect. Mikey Nine Toes in the house. Dale says we sound good. Trucking with MC. Ooh. It was late last night. Call me. I tell you what, call me when I'm done being live today. I'm doing this different format here, so my chat is up on the screen. Trying to separate out the two cameras right here. So the Grumpy Trucker says Vic Med for President 2024. I might be able to get behind that. Love Vic Med. I haven't talked. We haven't interacted with Vic Med in a while. I got to catch up with Vic. Vic's a good guy out there in Southern California. Ain't afraid to tell them politicians the way it is. Cents per mile in the house. Well, looky here. Look what the cat dragged in. Says, I'm streaming you live in the Sonic. Oh, I'm streaming you live in the Sonic, eating some ice cream too. It's 86 here in Oklahoma. Well, dang it, boy. Hey, I hope you had a good time last weekend. It was great seeing you. Cents per mile came up for the charity event here, the Polar Plunge, and we hung out. We hung out for a while. Had a good time. It was great meeting them and the family, and I hope you do it again next year. Just next year, you better bring some the banana hammock and a towel, because you're jumping, buddy. You're jumping. Cheap freight haulers in the house. WCF Invader, Jensen Axford, we here. All right. Dan's Hot Shot Trucking and Outdoor Adventures. Thanks for coming in. Cassius King Trucking says, what I'm thinking is not safe for work. We better save that for later then. Bald Eagle Express in the house. There you go. Sky the Limit. That's a new name. Thanks for coming in. Cheap Freight Hauler, what are those final numbers you're talking about? Are those numbers unfactored receivables? Yeah, I got trolled in real life. I got trolled face to face last weekend. Cents per mile made a custom hoodie. Had his wife make him a custom hoodie, and he wore it and trolled me face to face. That was awesome. That's how I knew who he was when he walked in the door. I'm like, that can't be anybody else. Can't be anybody else but that smart ass. Chief Trailer says, what are those final numbers you're talking about? Are those numbers an unfactored receivables? Oh, I already read that one. Waiting in Marshfield to load just up the road. What are you doing over or yonder? You ain't all that far away. WCF Invader, RFK Jr. with Aaron Rodgers as vice president. I heard something about that today. I tell you what, talk about trying to win the popularity contest. Yeah. Cheap Freight Hauler says, I seen the hoodie and immediately went to both of y'all's merch site to order one. Oh, his wife made that. I'm going to have to, I'll have to make one. I'll put on there, ask me about my unfactored receivables. And then you can get all triggered and just go off on them. That's, we'll whip that one up in short order. Desert Okie Pam in the house says, evening DIY. Thanks for coming in. So, we started off, I'll just talk about this right away. We started off pretty slow with the Polar Plunge donations. And hey, I didn't expect much this year. Like, it's tough for people. I get that. Even for me. Like, so as of Wednesday morning, we were at, with what you guys put up, it was about $1,400-ish dollars. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe come in, with my match, we'll maybe come in around $3,000. That's a pretty respectable donation. And then somebody texted me and said, hey, where you at on donations? And I said, well, we're about, give or take, $1,500. And I don't know if this person wants their name out there, so I won't put it out there, but just know, we've met face to face. That was very generous of you. Thank you very much. And like I said, that's going to be put to good use. So they, on behalf of Make-A-Wish, I appreciate that. He kicked in, he sent a $1,500 Cash App. I'm like, what in the absolute hell? I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? He's like, yeah, that's a memory of my parents. He says they were all about the kids. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And earlier on, somebody had given a $300 one. And just like, wow, you guys are pretty generous. And then, so, that put us up to, 3,000 with my match would be 6. Some more donations came in, and then, was it Thursday afternoon? I think one of you guys gave another $1,000 Cash App. I'm like, damn, you guys are killing it. So once again, I don't know if that person wants their name out there, but just I don't have any other way of saying thank you other than this. I don't have your real name or email address or anything like that. So thank you. Let me give a first name to see if I can just throw a first name out there. Where's my Cash Apps? Philip. Thank you very much. And yeah, and Matt, big donors. We appreciate it. Final total here. I'll show you the money order. I don't want you guys seeing where I bank or my account number, but $8,617.88. You guys are donating to Make-A-Wish Wisconsin. Thank you very much. That's huge, man. They are very grateful. They're very excited. And I was thinking next year, kind of putting it out there, there's not a lot of parking for big rigs, but there's a truck stop not far away. I told the people organizing, I'm like, why don't we set up a shuttle in case people want to come and hang out? Because it is a good time. Like, cents per mile, I hope you had a good time. I think you had a good time. And, whoop it up a little bit, especially you guys that are donating. Maybe some people want to jump on their own. I'll tell you what, it wasn't pure torture this year. It was, it had been warm up to that, but then that day it was cold and windy. So it wasn't any fun, but it wasn't pure torture. So I'm sure next year it'll be cold again. But I appreciate it and can't thank you enough, everybody. And we'll be giving that to the people either Friday or Saturday this week. I don't know what day we're going to see everybody. So all total, as a group, we raised just over $30,000. That is the biggest fundraiser in the state every year. A little town in our community is like 400 people, and we raise more money than like Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, the bigger cities. So pretty tight community. You guys are a part of it, and thank you very much. So I won't go on and on about that. Catch up on some comments here. Mark Ely says, my last 2 weeks 41-cent profit, and this week 71% profit on all miles. Ouch, it hurts. Take it out. That's what she said. It's rough right now, man. Looking at freight and the volumes and the rates, and I'm thinking it takes me back to like early 2020. When they first had the shutdowns and before things went booming. When you open up the load board and there's like 6 loads. Not that we're not there yet, but the rates are ballpark. It makes me think one of these days I'm going to open up that load board and won't be anything. Or, like today, load board's down half the day. Getting tired of that. Getting tired of paying all that money for a load board that's down a lot. So maybe we all ought to complain about that because that thing is expensive. Cheap Freight Hauler says, I was wanting one to wear to Matt's, but just made the decision 10 minutes ago not to go this year. Oh, dang, Cheap Freight Hauler. We're going. Wife and I are going to Matt's. I know at least one of my drivers is going to Matt's. Paul's going to be there from Freight Connect. Who else is going to be there that I know? I don't know. I would expect Matt's attendance to be significantly down this year, but we will see. We will see. We'll have some fun anyway. We'll make our own fun. Old School New School says company I drive for is based in Wisconsin. Okay, are you with the Big Red over there by Marshfield? That must be where you're at, I'm guessing. No Fear says, hey everyone, Cheap Freight Hauler. Nursery season has been stumbling, but seems like next week is going to be looking good. Yeah, I'm hoping for some action somewhere. I got an email today from one of the grocery type people that we haul for a little bit, and he says in the next 2 weeks they expect a good bit more freight. Nursery season's kicking off. You got produce down in southern Texas and down in the southwest there. What else? Typically you'd see building materials starting to move, but who the hell's building a house at near 10% interest rates? Been seeing some things about imports picking up. That hasn't really made a difference. But here's the problem. In February, a whole bunch of new carriers piled into the market. So what's up with that? What's up with that? Because January was good, or January was a little better. Everybody's got it. Oh, it's over. We're in. I don't know. Or is it all the people they're bringing in on work visas from certain European countries? Who knows? I don't know. Cents per mile says, I'll definitely be up next year now that I know about all the crazy shenanigans. I got to get me a fancy robe though. Yeah, it's definitely just freaking cut her loose type of day. George Wilson says the sun is out here in Montgomery, Illinois, but the sky to the north is black. Something bad creeping in this evening. Yeah, it cooled off here today. I'm wondering if we're going to get some of that white stuff here. But then again, it was freaking 50-some degrees. So, Cheap Freight Hauler, that's awesome, DIY. I'm glad I found your channel and others that you see me chatting in. Seems like everyone around here has a big heart. You have to. You have to because, and that's the next thing I'm going to talk about whenever I do another Trucker Money videos. That's the one biggest thing that I think gets missed is charity. That's another thing you can do with your money. And charity is good for the people that you're helping, but most people don't realize this charity is good for you. It changes you. It makes you identify or care about something else and have a little bit of a change of heart. It changes you. Once I started giving, I noticed a change in myself. So you have to make yourself do that a little bit. No Fear says, let's see about July. Yeah. Cents per mile. I can't believe all those stories about fate. Truly incredible. Oh, you're just trying to get me in trouble now. I tried to get him to go lay in Fate's bed and take some pictures to get him all stirred up, but we didn't do that. Trucking Coach in the house. Channel member. No, not channel member. Moderator. Says, stop licking your lips. That's my thing. I need a new teammate. Must like nude massages. Oh my God, trucking Coach. You so crazy, Trucking Coach. Cents per mile says, I literally just nailed a whopper of a broker, or shall I say customer freight. They got all the military contracts and looking to move 78 loads next week alone. Well, damn it, boy. There you go. There you go. We'll have to keep more in touch there, cents per mile. I had a good time just sitting around talking, telling stories. That was so a little insight. That day was about as much fun as I've had in since last year, really. So gotta do that every now and then. Skinny Peter says Aaron Rodgers should have gotten the jab. You know, the thing against the Achilles injuries. Old school, new school. Nope. Small company. I live about 2 hours from Louisville and have never been to Matt's. Okay. All right. Last year was my first year, but said I'm probably going to try to go every year. Figure you can learn something every year. If you learn something, it was worth it. Welcome back says late again. Okay. No fear, just loaded out of South Texas. Trucking coach says, hell, leaving, I know the difference between broker freight and customer freight. Ooh, coach us up there, trucking coach. Hello, friend. I have free dispatch, sir. Many freight. Sterling Wheel says. You got them premium load boards? Tolga in the house. How's it going, folks? What's up, Tolga? Oh, RGB joined as a channel member. Appreciate that. Dan's Hot Shot Trucking Adventures says, each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't, like, if somebody donates, I don't give your name out, because I don't know how I feel about it. Like, you know, giving without recognition is one of the greatest things you can do. You know, you're not really, if you're giving of charity, of a charitable heart, you're not really looking for recognition. So it's not up to people. Like, you guys did this. Like, you guys, I just matched it, right? But you guys raised what, $4,308.44, something like that. All I did was write the check to match it. So, you know, you guys gave a charitable heart. That's pretty awesome. Bemenda Boy in the house. George Wilson says, ain't been there in years. Me and my dad went down to Louisville back in '93. I'm responsible for getting 6 inches added to the Volvo day cab back then. Well, there you go. Cheap Fair Hauler says, what's the chances of you going to the Iowa 80 Jamboree? I don't know. I've thought about it. I've never gone. I can only do so many things. That's the thing. And I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll see. I'll tell you what. Somebody remind me when it's coming up this year. And we'll see what life is like and what's going on. And if I can squeeze away, maybe we'll go. Even if it's only for a day. It's Iowa. It's a lot closer than Louisville. I'll tell you that. Trucking coach says, I'll be at Matt's. Find me out back licking other people's lips for $5. Get knucklehead. Oh, knucklehead. So, yeah. Let's get into this BOI thing. So, I'm going to read it from Overdrive. I like this overdriveonline.com. I like it better than what do you call it? Freight, whatever. The U.S. District Court of Northern District. First of all, it's backup segment. You don't know what BOI is. I did a video about it about a month ago. It's any kind of business. Well, most kinds of businesses talk about it in the video. You have to file and register. So you report all the people that are in your company, right? Basically, rat yourself out. Blah, blah, blah. It's supposed to be, to keep people from doing financial crimes, basically. Because small businesses, you one owner LLCs are the ones embezzling all the money, right? It's not the mega corporations that are basically exempt from the BOI. Oh, by the way, everybody, hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. Helps push this out to more people. I'd really appreciate it. And check out, all the links in the description below the video. Support some people. Anyway, so the Northern District Court of Alabama ruled the Corporate Transparency Act unconstitutional with its new reporting requirements for small businesses, including owner-operator LLCs and other business types. So, court ruled it unconstitutional. Where's that going to leave us? Now, technically, once it's ruled unconstitutional, it should be dead. But as far as I know, it's not quite dead yet. I haven't filed yet. I have until 2025. But I'm just going to hold off for a little bit and see where this goes. I really don't want to file. I have 5 companies I got to file on. That's a lot of stupid work. Plus, if I don't have to, I really don't want to. I do enough record keeping for free for the government. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't been compensated for any of it. The CTA requires a one-time filing for existing businesses within the calendar year of 2024. Well, it depends on when you formed your business. The court said the CTA has from the very beginning been poor policy that unfairly targets America's small businesses. Amen to that. Oh, that wasn't the court. That was Todd McCracken, president and CEO of NSBA. He says this ruling justifies the concerns of millions of American businesses about how the CTA is not only a bureaucratic overreach, but a constitutional infringement. Well, hallelujah to that, Todd McCracken. I don't know Todd. I don't know who he is, but I do know his brother, Phil. Phil McCracken. Hey, come on. Sorry. It was right there. It was right there. How could I not? Implementation of the reporting requirement has been conducted through the U.S. Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network and is applicable in trucking to any owner-operator or small fleet business, fewer than 20 employees and $5 million in revenue. Well, you just got to hurry up and get up to $5 million in revenue, and then I don't have to do it anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so that's hopefully dead in the water. I wouldn't say just ignore it. It'll be appealed. It's not done yet. Timeout. Dog needs a beef jerky. Come here, dog. There you go. You've had a lot of beef jerky today. I think you're done. I'm 36 minutes late with her walk, so she'll probably be hounding me the rest of the time. Let me see here if it says if what we should do. So anyway, it was ruled unconstitutional, but nobody's told us what we're supposed to do, whether or not we need to file it or not. So I'm just going to hold off, see what happens. Where'd my chat go? Here it is. Here it is. Where did I leave off? Trucking coach says, I'm not allowed at Iowa 80. It's too close to a school. Trucking coach says, I thought BOI was a way for the down low fella to let us know. Oh, geez. Cents per mile says, I filed. Does that mean they need to throw my info out, or is Biden just going to keep that in his garage too? They don't throw nothing away. I'll tell you that. Now you're probably categorized. You'll probably get a special sticker on your mailbox so people know who you are and where you are. Baron Baller says, yep. Uh-oh. I just got spammed. So somebody let me know if that ruined my audio. Hopefully it didn't ruin my audio. Oh, I should have took that call. That was a... Dang it. That was a dispatch service. I don't know if you guys could have heard it, though. We'll try it the next time. They call about 17 times a day. I'm about to start doing something with that on video. I think it'll be funny. Mark... Cheap Freight Hauler says, meow. What do you identify as a cat? Trucking coach says, my CB handle is Sweet Tea. Oh, damn it, boy. No Fear wants some beef jerky? Well, here you go. Premium. Nothing but the best for my dog. Toga says audio as well. Okay, cool. I think I like doing it this way, because the other way, when I get a call, it disconnects my headset. This one I got hard plugged into the phone. Amy Hicks in the house says, Dear Ann. All right. That's a new name. Rickert says they already got us by the you-know-what. What else do they want with this BOI? Really? I mean, really? They already know everything about you. Like, what more do they possibly need? They don't need it. They just want it. They just want you to comply. What was the other topic? Oh, WTF are you all thinking? Are you a furry? I am not a furry. Jamie Ola in the house. Thanks for coming in. Call some companies and troll them. We're going to do on Monday, I'm going to have a live stream. We're going to do some live sales calls. What do y'all think about that? We set it up. Me and the boys from E-Carrier Check and one of the regulars here are going to do some live sales calls. So tune in for that about, I think, 10 a.m. Central on Monday. That ought to be good. Even if, whatever, you pick something up or learn, something. Looking forward to that. Yes, make the calls and troll them. I've been trolling the trolls pretty hard. I know Snorlord was on a call with me one time with the dispatch services. I'm going to, when I'm in the office here, I'm going to keep my video editor open, and I'm going to, when they call, I'm going to put it on speakerphone, put my headset on, and then we'll have a little fun with the dispatch services. And then I'll do a compilation video. It may take some time to get, enough of them to play along, but I think that'll be a lot of fun. So you guys can give me some suggestions of what you want me to mess. I got one good one is, do you have quick pay? And then, is that really quick pay by the time it comes from, India to the United States? It's not so quick anymore. Is it international quick pay? Jonas says, what are you playing? I don't know. We ain't playing around here. Mark Ely says, my truck is paid off in December. I'm thinking of buying a new Volvo. In your opinion, is that a bad move or just ride 1 to 2 years, no payment, right? Volvo, isn't that lady parts? You buying some brand new lady parts? See how you like the feeling of having a paid off truck before you go get a new one. I'm not for it or against it either way. Give yourself a few months or whatever of having the feeling of a paid off truck and just see how it feels. You might like it too much. You never borrow a truck loan again. You might say, I'm doing this till I save up enough to pay cash for a truck. But try it. Let me know how you like it. Of course, I'll forget all about it by then because, I'm an uncaring individual. He's playing American Truck Simulator's real version. Yeah, in real life. I'm losing that game right now. Can you play a song for me? I could sing a song, but it'd get me demonetized for copyright infringement. I'm so good. Ain't gonna lie. Oh, the WTF. What are you all thinking? Well, let me tell you all about this article I read. It made me shake my damn head and think, what in the hell are y'all doing? So everybody knows Convoy's back, right? It's called Flexport now. We talked about that a little bit. Like, if you're going to revive an old company, wouldn't you set yourself apart from it so that you can't be part of the lawsuits, reincorporate it, whatever you got to do. Anyway, it's stupid. Flexport soliciting Convoy's unpaid carriers to sign back up, and it's working. What are you thinking? What are you thinking signing back up to that place when they owe you? Some of these places, they owe them $160,000. So let's talk about this a little bit. Eagle Radovich, one of the carriers left unpaid by Convoy and now tied up in the $519,000 lawsuit with former Convoy customer like IKEA, claims Convoy left it unpaid $160,000 worth of invoices in October, something that pushed the 8-truck Oswego, Illinois-based fleet to the breaking point. They pushed you damn near to bankruptcy. They still owe you the money, and you're going to sign back up and haul freight for them? What in the hell is wrong with you? I need to duct tape my damn head. Oh, my wife's home. She's standing there watching me, shaking her head at me. What is this idiot yelling about? Says, yet as of last week, the fleet is back using the Convoy platform. Doggone it. Hold on, I got to check something. No, we're good. Now I lost my article here. Sorry, it's still business hours. Yet as of last week, the fleet is back using the Convoy platform after personal conversations with the top staff at Flexport. Yeah, if I was Flexport, I would stay too. Oh, buddy, no worries here. We pay you, You ain't smoothing nothing over with me to the tune of $160,000. The only conversation we'd have is, direct deposit or a check. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and Eagle Radovish isn't the only carrier still owed money by Convoy that is signed back on. It says, why would anyone do that? 2 reasons. First, the Convoy app, by all accounts, is good and easy to use. Are you telling me you can only operate on such a low freaking level that all you can do is book loads off of a freaking app? Because they have a good app, you're going to let them welch on $160,000 that they owe you? What in the hell is wrong with you? You shouldn't be. If the only thing you can do is book loads off an app, you shouldn't be in business. You're not in business. You're a glorified company driver. If you can only operate on that level, you are doomed. You are absolutely doomed to failure. And it says, second, even if small trucking companies wanted to protest Convoy, it's a down market, and the economic reality is they might not have better options. So you're telling me it's a down market. So I'm going to go use a broker that didn't pay their freaking bills when times were good. Because they got a good app. It's really easy to use. I suppose there's a chance they might pay me when times are bad in a down market. You don't stand a snowball's chance in hell. What in the hell is wrong with you? So then it goes on to say, Flexport's pitch to carriers. Business is business. It says, if they give me a good price on loads, yes, I will haul for them, said the owner of Eagle Radovish, who still wasn't 100% happy about the arrangement. The application is good, but the people are not good, he said of the leadership of the fallen broker. Convoy now has a bad name and a bad reputation. The application is good, but the people are not good? Which one of them strokes your check? Does an application write you a check, or do the people? And you're telling me the people are bad, but you're going to, do more business with that. I can't for the life of me understand doing this. But business is business for many, and a good rate is a good rate. Yeah, good rate is great if they don't pay you or have any intention of paying you. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It just makes me ill. Because this is the same person. I guarantee you this is the same damn person that's going to be screaming on Facebook, leading the charge against TQL, saying, we got to do something about these bad brokers. These brokers are screwing us. You just signed up to be screwed. You just signed up to be screwed. You walked up, you signed the paperwork, you turned around, you bent over, and you spread them. They did it to you last time. Why wouldn't they do it again? So it tells another story of A.J. Sandhu, operations manager at a 5-truck Mountain View Transport in Covington, Washington, pulled Convoy loads for 3 years up until October of 23, when the broker's collapse left the business out some $38,000. That's a good amount of money for a 5-truck operation. But now, Mountain View is registered to haul for Convoy again, as the broker slowly starts onboarding new carriers. And eventually, brokers other than just Flexport Freight to post and haul for the platform. Okay, so didn't we just go through this so-called brokerage reform where the FMCSA was going to take away shut down brokerages that didn't pay carriers or short-paid carriers? You get that? And look what's just happened. This place owes trucking companies $500,000, and the FMCSA didn't do shit to them. So next time people are screaming for reform and for the FMCSA to do this and FMCSA to do that, look at their actions. This is exactly what they passed the law about. But they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. And people are scrambling to sign up for it, apparently. Whatever we lost, said Sandhu. We tried to recover it. We tried Convoy's email address, but to no avail, he said. You're owed $40,000 by a brokerage, and all you can do is email them? What in the absolute hell is wrong with you? Sandhu, back with Convoy because his last experience on the platform just made life easier with respect to load selection and dispatching his mostly local fleet, he said. It's really hard to make a schedule with spot market loads. If you get a good load, it always clashes with other ones, so you have to haul less than you can handle to be on schedule. Oh, it made life easier with respect to load selection. I'll tell you what would make my life easier: getting the $40,000 that's owed to me, and then giving them the middle finger and tell them you'll never get me again. This is ridiculous. What this is the level that your competition is operating on. And can you honestly tell me that you can't operate just a little higher level than this? You, I don't get it. I don't get it. So a Convoy, Sandhu was on the dedicated side, so we would get loads every night, he said, calling it a consistent amount of work hauling for freight container supplier jet pallet. You can't get anything like that except on Convoy, he added. Yeah, you couldn't go directly to Shep Pallet and say, hey, I got this many trucks and I'd like to haul some freight for you, and here I'm going to do it at this rate and I'll give you, great service. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Can't be done. People don't do that every day. Oh my gosh. Between using Convoy to keep his trucks busy and nearby or dealing with 10 to 12 brokers, Sandhu said it wasn't really a hard choice to come back in through Flexport, even with the $38,000 non-payment still stinging. I hope they do. I hope they do it to you again. In fact, I might call them and say, you know what? You guys got these drivers bent over a barrel. Why don't you just stick it in them again and snap it off? Why don't you? I had to pull my credit line of $55,000, he says, and we're still struggling, Sandhu said. Of the aftermath of Convoy's October crash, I had to lay off a couple guys. Whoa. Wow. Oh, here's another story. Jeepers. Sandhu's story mirrors that of another West Coast fleet owner, Surinder Gill, owner of 4-truck Gill Freight Lines, a formerly dedicated convoy hauler, who now says the dead and back again broker owes him around $35,000. I helped them start their power-only program, said Gill. I was the first carrier to park my trailer and run theirs on these lanes in California and Nevada. I thought they would cover me when I would hear rumors of their collapse, but no such luck. Does anybody want to guess and see if he went back to him? I mean, he helped them start it. They made him feel special. There's probably 100 other carriers doing the same thing, but you're special. You helped us start this thing, and we'll take care of you. It says, we were running 9 trucks, power only. And they were dedicated contracts year in, year out, with the volume quite high, Gill said of the months before the collapse. It was 50 to 60 loads a week, but I didn't get paid for work between the second week of September and October 18th, when Convoy shut off for good last year. Convoy told Gill to keep hauling and that the Convoy outage in mid-October was just an app issue. Oh, people will fall for anything. The next day, we got word they were out of business, just like countless other carriers under a Convoy load did. Gill jokes now that he should have kept a Convoy trailer or maybe at least a tire or two given the ghosting treatment since October. Do you think if he would have kept a trailer or a couple tires that they would have called him to sign up to haul for him again? He says for months, Gill went after his contacts at Convoy, which included the brother of a senior employee at the brokerage. They assured Gill payment would come, but months passed. Gill took the loss on the chin, letting go some of his hardworking owner-operators, damaging those delicate relationships in the process. What he did was he mismanaged his business and screwed the people that work for him over his arrogance and his own foolish pride, rather than being cautious and running a business the right way. That's what he did. Blame this on whatever you want. He's an idiot. By Gill's account, the now 28-year-old owner's business had been a model carrier for Convoy. Well, good. Why don't you be a model carrier, for your own carrier? I don't get it. With Convoy's media team even flying out to California and taking pictures with him for a blog post. I bet they made him feel special. Isn't that what you do to a girl just before you break up with her? You make her feel super special. Gill loved the platform's ease of use and no-hassle load negotiations, as well as pioneering power-only loads there at the height of the pandemic. All of it appealed to the younger entrepreneur. It It's absolutely a great app, better than Uber Freight, Gil says. After months of non-payment and no response from Convoy's former staff, something surprising happened. Convoy went over to Flexport. My same contact reached out and said, "We got bought out. Let's rekindle this thing," said Gil. Ooh. The offer of exclusivity. It's exciting. He could be one of the original carriers again. Be very special. Be exclusive. Yeah, he could get into all the special parties. His response says, "Yeah, if you're going to give me my money." Ooh. That's the pimp hand right there talking. He put out his pimp hand and said, "Bitch, better get my money." Flexport said one reason it bought Convoy back to the market was that in hundreds of conversations with carriers, the carriers said they wanted the platform back. Overdrive can confirm staff high up with Flexport did call carriers to probe the relaunch, and Gil was one of them. "These guys are unashamed," said Gil. "They don't care. They get to pick their lives back up as normal," Gil says. Ooh, I like this story. I'm starting to believe that Gil didn't fall for it. That Gil did not fall for the okie doke the second time around. Let's see where this goes. "They don't care. They get to pick up their lives back as normal," Gil said, describing the Convoy team members who took jobs at Flexport. They had head of trucking, Bill D, Gil said. "Call me," Gil said. "He's asking me questions about the app, and of course my first response was, 'When do I get paid?'" Unlike Sandhu, Gil said he doesn't want to haul with Convoy again. Golf clap for Gil. All right, I was going one way with Gil. Gil's a man. Gil took it out and shook it right at him and said, "Where's my money?" Mostly due to the non-payment issue. When a carrier doesn't get paid, it's not just a void in a balance sheet. Gil's fleet isn't the same now. I think I owe Gil an apology. I judged Gil too quickly. I was a little harsh towards Gil. These first two jokers, yeah, good for them. They deserve what they get. But Gil's a man. He stood up for himself. Wow. Corey Person's CP Trucking's was a one-truck operation. He hauled for Convoy before the crash. He was left with unpaid just about $1,000. Now he's back hauling with 3 trucks under loads booked on the platform every day over the last few weeks, but taking things with a healthy grain of salt. That's a big grain of salt. That's a $1,000 grain of salt. Person loves how easy it is to run the Convoy app too. Yet the theatrics and optics of Convoy's near seamless handoff to Flexport, all while keeping unpaid carriers in the dark. Whew. We love to keep them in the dark. Person said it really, remarking on prior reporting around IKEA's contract with Convoy, person said it really pissed me off so much to see the broker could bank revenue at rates 78% more than average spot rates. And here he couldn't get $1,000 owed to him. For now, it's so far so good under the new Convoy, according to person. Top staff at Flexport pressed the idea that by landing big Fortune 500 shippers like Costco or IKEA, the digital brokerage democratized freight, giving small carriers a chance to haul for big companies, when normally a mega shipper wouldn't solicit or respond to bids from a small carrier. See, that's what they do. They make you feel special. They say, we're going to level the playing field for small carriers. We're going to democratize it, giving small carriers a chance. Without us, you don't have a chance. It's textbook sales, folks. How often do you hear this? Every time there's a new platform, Uber, Transfix, Convoy, whatever. It's we're on your side. We're for the little guy. We're going to give the little guy a fighting chance. Don't fall for it. Stop falling for it. The only one that's going to give you a chance is you. A big shipper won't look at small guys like me, said person. Convoy gets us access to big shippers, but to what extent? Why do you need access to big shippers? There's tons of small shippers out there. You can go approach a small shipper, do business with them direct, and be way better off. Person pointed out he can't exactly solicit Costco for direct freight. Bull! I've solicited Costco for direct freight. I haven't been successful. But guess what? Most of the big brokerages that do it, they're not successful either. Costco's a big company, and, it is what it is. but make the phone call. Perhaps 150 calls since 2014. He's landed maybe 3 direct freight relationships. They'll pay Convoy, for example, $12 a mile, but they're going to eat up all the money. That's Pierce. He doesn't know they're paying them $12 a mile. I mean, if the load's 30 miles, of course you're going to pay that much. But I ain't even getting into that topic. So yeah, people are falling for this left and right again. Is there anything truck drivers won't fall for? I'm telling you, I'm way behind on the comments now because I got all up in my feelings. Rickert says, is truck diesel the same chemicals as diesel reefer fuel? Yes. They just put a red dye in the off-road. So you got to pay taxes. Seen the new style Volvo at the corporate office yesterday. It was orange and looks awesome. Orange is beautiful. That's one thing you take away from today. You all got to know orange is beautiful. Hold on, I got to check my email quick. Oh, geez, not these people again. Cents per mile says, at this point, I feel like if they are dumb enough to sign back up, good. That'll just be less capacity eventually. Here's the thing, though. These are the people that are screaming and they're loud and they have a voice, and they're the first ones, take on my cause. This is, we all got to get together and do this. Or the brokers are screwing us. No, you can't operate your business at any of a higher level than pushing a button on an app. That's your problem. Don't fault the broker for doing that. That's all you, buddy. So you run your business that way, and the rest of us will build relationships, make phone calls, service lanes, these other things that trucking companies do. And you just keep doing that. Stay in your lane. Tyler Presley says, can you give me a shout out? Are you Tyler Presley of the Elvis Presleys? Any kin? Brody James says, womp womp. Cents per mile, can you sue a hooker for giving you herpes? That's the age-old question. That's one of life's great dilemmas. I don't know. Knowingly giving it to you or accidentally giving it to you? Asking for a friend. Okay. All right. Can't read that. I'll get demonetized. Is nobody filing suit for the monies owed? Yes, they are being sued. They are. But they didn't get Alexander Winton, so they're probably going to get screwed. Just saying. Big Mike says it's like eating a burger. Poop it out to recook it and serve it again. Yes. Is there anything edible on my desk? Well, we got these tasty beef jerky dog treats, but she went on a walk now with Mom. We got Diet Mountain Dew. We got bottled water. That's the extent of it. Try not to keep anything in here because I don't need to be eating all day. Dan's out. Hot shot trucking outdoor adventures type person says, take the $38,000 loss or overpay $76K on a used truck for the write-off. There we go. You trying to trigger me again? You're trying to trigger me, Dan. I know you. G. Walker says, Convoy is out here grooming carriers for SA. Yeah. There you go. Convoy has their own island where they take carriers to treat them a special kind of way before they put them to work. Heck, if I know what that name is, says hello. How you doing? Tyke Truckin says, let's go, Brandon. Okay, we don't say that here. We use the real words. Josh the Vegan in the house. How you doing? Does these carriers have Bohica on their office door? I don't know. So you're saying while in the party row, it's just salesperson knocking at 2 a.m. It's truck stop janitor is what it is. Seeing if you need your garbage can emptied, anything like that. Josh says, Orange Man, good. Okay. Cheap Freight Aller says, I don't want big shippers. Big shippers will drop you as soon as someone has a cheaper price. Yes, and big shippers generally have mega carriers for their hauling, and the mega carriers beat each other up over a penny to try they'll do it lower to get it from the other mega carrier. So I found the bigger the shipper, the cheaper the rates. I want that small to medium size, even seasonal. Seasonal work is typically, I found, pays a little better. Welcome back says, what do you think about living in Alabama? Good country living. I know a guy that lives in Alabama. I know him. He's all right. Took a header out of his truck the other day, about cracked the concrete, but other than that, good guy. What is all this? Where are all these new names coming from? Anyway, trucking's a mess. Trucking's a mess, that's for sure. How long we been live here? Just about an hour. I got to wrap this up and get back to work. I got to return some phone calls. So I just had to come out and rant for a little bit today. So thanks everybody for coming in and checking us out. Make sure you hit that, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button on the way out. Channel memberships available. What else we got? Check out the links in the description below. All that kind of stuff. And, we'll see y'all later. If I can figure out how to end this thing.